The dark green colors you see here are coniferous trees such as spruce or pine. The whitish colors are deciduous trees such as aspen and birch. You can see the cursor is on top of a mixedwood forest now, meaning both coniferous and deciduous trees. It then moves over to a black spruce bog. You can see the edges of these stands of trees quite clearly when viewing from above. You are looking at leaf-off photography, meaning the deciduous trees are bare. All the leaves have fallen off. This kind of photography makes it easier to see the intricate details of each tree. If you look closely, you can see each individual tree in the forest. And if you are trained in this technology, you can also tell which species it is. It really is quite cool. Now, we are going to change to infrared photography of the same forest. Infrared light cannot be seen by the naked eye. It is not in our visible spectrum. When we look at a forest using infrared light, we will be able to see things that we could not see otherwise. In this case, we can see the understory growing underneath the canopy, the trees and plants that are not very tall yet. So everything that is red is showing us all the young spruce that is growing up underneath the bigger trees. The patches of yellow that you see are aspen trees that still have their leaves on. It is pretty amazing stuff. You can see right through the canopy to the forest floor. Remote sensing technology can pinpoint one tree in the forest and tell you the species of tree, the height of that tree, estimate the volume of wood, and whether or not that tree is healthy. This technology is a great resource for foresters and forest technicians. They need to know things like, is it a young forest or is it an old forest? Have the trees been affected by disease? Has the trees been affected by pollution? Has the forest been attacked by insects such as mountain pine beetle or maybe spruce budworm? How big should we make a cut block? And what area should it include? If an area has been harvested, is there a new forest growing back? This is also incredible technology to use if you're fighting a wildfire. You can figure out what size the fire is, which direction is it moving. If we know the size, how many people do we need to fight it? Where is the nearest water source for water bombers? And for that matter, where is the nearest water source for firefighters on the ground? As seen here, you can start delineating the different types of stands or wildfire areas. You can draw out what each forest looks like or what each wildfire looks like. You can figure out how big a stand is and what kind of trees are growing there. In this case, you can see there's a big spruce and pine forest being drawn out, and within that forest there's a smaller mixed wood stand. Next to this big spruce forest there is another mixed wood forest growing. The details are very apparent when you know what to look for with remote sensing technology.